Right. Welcome to KillieFC TV. Today we've got Lee McCulloch, Kilmarnock manager. Lee, welcome to our show. Your first pre-season as a manager, how have you found it and how did you like Mauchline for facilities?
Yes, really enjoyed it. I've enjoyed my first pre-season. I'm fortunate enough to take the boys in the squad away to La Manga. I've been in a few pre-seasons myself, but that undoubtedly is the best facilities I've ever worked under. The accommodation, the pitches, everything there was just perfect setting, and with a couple of visitors and the Scotland manager and Kenneth Gleish as well. So it was, all in all, it was a fantastic experience.
So is it booked for next year?
I don't know. That's one for the club. I'd maybe Kirsten to answer, but it's a tremendous facility.
You made several signings. Are you happy with all the signings you've made, and are you looking to do any more?
Delighted with the signings we've made, especially the most recent one, Gordon Greer, adding a little bit of experience again to the centre half position. I'm hopeful of 1, 2, possibly 3 more to get them in to bolster the squad. As you know, we were left with 10 players in contract, I'm sure it was, and 2 of them have left, and Carly Osborne and potentially Martin Smith. So it was a complete rebuild. So it's been difficult trying to lure the players and attract the players in all different aspects of what their demands have been, but it's been an enjoyable experience.
After the performance of south of the county, things have improved. Is there anything in hindsight that you wish you'd done different before the first game? No. Obviously won the match, but it's a learning curve. It was a learning curve for me, for Peter, but especially the players. And I've obviously as a bad result. I know that, I'm well aware of that. But after it, I tried to use it as a positive, as a wake-up call to what we need to do, to progress into the last 16 of the cup. Pleasingly enough, we've done that with a convincing win in the end on Saturday. Fitness levels, where are the team? And also last season, I personally felt the team were fitter than I had been a couple of seasons before that. Have you done anything different to get them even further up the pattern?
Yes, well, I think a couple of seasons before that it wouldn't be hard to be fit, to be brutally honest. So this last pre-season went really well. It was 3 sessions a day under Lee McCulloch, and we thought because of the turnaround of the games, the competitive games so quickly, we would try and squeeze in 4 sessions a day, and that was still 2 football sessions, which last pre-season it was 2 football sessions. We just added an extra running session, coincided with the gym session, so it was pretty intense out there. And it does take, fitness takes time. Fitness takes games, and with that cup, I think the only negative of the cup is you're only allowed to use 3 subs, so it's hard to get everybody game time, especially after our first result when we knew we had to win the 3 games. I was trying to play the strongest team possible, so therefore you're leaving people out, and they're losing game time.
Obviously the chronological training is a thing of the past. What's the typical week for Kilmarnock players? Is it double sessions Monday, Tuesday, or how's the week? How have you got it structured for the players this season?
Well, the chronological training, we're not doing that anymore. Yeah. Not that it was, I seen it as a big negative, and just it's something I've never done. Monday, for the ones that have played, there'll be a sort of recovery day, massage and gym, and the ones that didn't play will train and then go to the gym, so you could argue it's a double. Tuesday is a double session on the pitch, coincided with a gym session. Wednesday's always off. Thursday, gym session, train, and then Friday's a bit of a down day, just on tactics and shape and set plays and stuff like that.
Looking ahead for the coming season, what do you hope is achievable for Lee McCulloch's Kilmarnock team?
It's something that I've not spoke to the players about really. The main focus is the old cliche game at a time, and I think that's the most important thing. I think when you start setting, we've got staff targets, but I think when you start putting targets on the players, if they meet them early, then complacency can come in. So I think the most important thing is game at a time.
Big draw yesterday in the League Cup. Unfortunately got to go to the East End of Glasgow. You were looking forward to that game?
Yes, very looking forward to it. I wouldn't say it's unfortunate. I think if you want to win the cup, you're going to need to beat a Rangers and a Celtic.
Well, the last time we played Celtic, we won the cup. So.
Well, I didn't know that. So it's going to be a really hard game. We know that. We're well aware of that. But we'll be going there with a very strict game plan. But in the meantime, we've got a very important game before that.
Which I was going to come to. St Johnstone is Saturday. Everyone fit apart from Dicker and Kilty. No niggles or anything from the game against Dumbarton?
No, we've come through that game pretty healthy. So we'll begin in with a relatively full squad. Gary was running today, but only light jogging, so he might be another couple of weeks away. And Greg is just out his boot. And I think the first time I've seen him walking today without his crutches, so he'll take time. He's a massive miss, but he won't be rushed back. I think it's all about when he is back, he comes back right.
Finally, Lee, a message for Killie fans for the upcoming season?
Just to come out and support the team. I think been at Rugby Park quite a few times, and I think it's a very daunting experience for the visiting team when there is a crowd there and they're very vocal. So hopefully they can come out, support the team and get behind the boys and help us have a successful season.
Lee, as always, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you. Cheers. Thank you.